Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And from one movie co-starring Sean Connery to another movie in which he co-stars. But this time he's pairing up with Nicolas Cage. 1996, The Rock. A fun movie to watch. It is a lot of fun to watch, to be honest. Directed by Michael Bay, and this is probably Michael Bay's best film. At least the ones that I've seen. Okay? So as I mentioned, it came out in 1996. Let me drink some water. Directed by Michael Bay, produced by Don Simpson, who passed away a few months before the movie was released, and Jerry Bruckheimer. And so you got Sean Connery, Nicolas Cage, great pairing, along with Ed Harris, who I absolutely think is amazing in this movie. You also have, now just look at this cast, okay? Bear with me. Michael Biehn, William Forsythe, David freaking Morse, John Spencer, who plays the FBI director, Womack, Tony Todd, freaking Tony Todd, Bokeem Woodbine. That is a cast. And of course you also got the women who are very small roles, Claire Forlani and Vanessa Marcil. Don't really like Vanessa Marcil that much, but Claire Forlani was... Yeah. I'm trying to see who's the... Oh yeah, John C. McGinley as well. He of course is from Scrubs, the funny doctor. Man, this movie is packed with a lot of great cast members, and it is a guy's movie. It is basically a man's world. The women basically are just about there. But it's a lot of fun. Okay, it is a lot of fun. So don't kill me for that. So the Brigadier General Francis Hummel, after his wife has passed away, his second in command, Major Tom Baxter, they decide that to avenge the death of around 83 of people who were soldiers who were under Marines who were under Hummel's command, and whose families were given absolutely no compensation. He is tired of seeing people reporting to him die. So they decide, with a rogue group of US Marines, they go and steal some VX gas-loaded M55 rockets, and then they go and seize Alcatraz Island, which used to be one of the most toughest prisons, and it was closed. It became a tourist destination. Tourist destination where you can travel from San Francisco to there. And they basically take the guards and the tour guide and the tourist host. So there's around 83 people over there as well. So they threaten to launch the rockets. He contacts the FBI and the Pentagon, and he basically says, call my bluff if you want to. He is a decorated hero and a legend, but he says, I want 100 million from the hidden fund that the military has got, and he says he will distribute to his men and the families of the recon Marines. Basically, each of the Marines will get around $1 million each, as well as the families as well. And then he says, now we can't go back to the United States. We have to go to a non-extradition country. If you're willing, you can follow me. So the soldiers go along with it, and the FBI, the Department of Defense, they decide that they need to get a team led by Commander Anderson, played by Michael Biehn, and some other Navy SEAL people. And they also recruit the FBI's top chemical weapons specialist, Dr. Stanley Goodfield, of course, Nicolas Cage. And they also take the consultancy of the only inmate ever to escape Alcatraz, John Mason, who is a former SAS member. He's got a beef with Mason because Mason is the one who, without trial, basically this guy is not supposed to have existed. The British government is also, British people have also, British government basically has wiped the hands clean of John Mason as well. But he was a person who took in a lot of secrets from J. Edgar Hoover. So he was imprisoned in Alcatraz and escaped twice. So then he was put in some other high. He was later on moved to a maximum security prison where he's grown old. He's around. I think Sean Connery himself was 66 at the time of the movie, and I think he's supposed to be roughly that age. Long hair and the beard. So he agrees to help, but he says he needs to go because he doesn't have a blueprint. It's way up here, and he and Goodspeed basically have a kind of awkward relationship going, or friendship going on, kind of. So he says he wants to be treated nicely in a hotel where he can take a shower and possibly a haircut. It's a great thing. So he wants to do all that, and then he escapes from them by, basically tricking Womack, and he basically runs away to go and meet his estranged daughter Jade. So he is caught after that. So he comes back, and then they infiltrate Alcatraz, but the Marines over there are able to find out, and they kill all the soldiers with the Navy SEALs, basically, with the exception of Goodspeed, Stanley, and John Mason. And initially they were planning to, Mason was planning to just leave, but Goodspeed manages to convince him somehow or the other that if you don't do this, your daughter and my fiance are going to be destroyed, because if within so time, I think it's 24 hours or 48 hours, something like that, if 48 hours, if they don't get the money, then Hummel's men will launch one of the weapons, one of the missiles onto San Francisco, and kill probably a few million people. So Mason is convinced, and of course they fight. They're able to kill off some of the men. They go and so there's 8 missiles. He's able to take off the guidance system chips of several of them, of 6 of them. But there's 2 left, so it's up to him and Mason to destroy 5 of the soldiers, and then destroy the stuff. Amazing movie. Of course, they get in time. There's some fantastic fight scenes and all. Of course, it's big, it's loud. It is a lot of fun to watch. And at the end, because Womack had basically torn off the pardon for Mason, Goodspeed decides to turn a blind eye to when Mason leaves. It tells him about it, and then Mason leaves, but not before telling him, okay, I'm grateful to you for your help, so I'll tell you the location of the microfilm where he's got all the secrets hidden away in a church in Kansas. And after Stanley goes back home, rescued from the island, he and his newlywed wife Carla, on the way for the honeymoon, they stop at Kansas and they get the microfilm. And the last dialogue you can hear is, "Honey, do you want to know who killed who? I forgot about that. Anyway, JFK. Sorry, JFK. So yeah, that's The Rock. That's the fun movie. It's amazing to watch. Really like a lot of the guys in it. David Moss, the character actor who I absolutely adore, as well as what's his guy's name? William Forsythe. These are really awesome actors, as well as Michael Biehn as well. So like a lot of amazing actors in this. Of course, you don't really need to act in this movie, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's bam, bam, bam. It's a popcorn movie. It is a lot of fun. I love this movie, to be honest. I give it an 8 out of 10. It's a lot of fun. Thanks, you guys. Good night.